Hello and welcome to a narrated video tour for 5520 Stairs Place in Halifax, Nova Scotia on the peninsula of Halifax in the North End. And this area is known as the Hydrostone area. So what we'll do is do a quick 360 of the street itself. So we have fully detached homes, townhomes, beautifully renovated homes. So most of these houses are 100 plus years old, and it's absolutely amazing what people have done with these properties. Design, upgrades, renovations, and this property is going to blow your mind when we go inside. Just absolutely beautiful what they've done. So like I said, we're in the Hydrostone area, very sought after area, very trendy. And you've got within easy walking distance to amenities, parks, trails, the schools close by as well. To get to downtown Halifax is probably a 10-minute drive, maybe a half an hour walk, and public transit and all that type of good stuff. So just an absolutely spectacular area. People would absolutely love to live here, and they do love to live here. So we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. There are, let's see here, basement, main floor, second floor. So there are multiple floors, so there's 4 altogether. And the basement is mostly used for storage, utility, that type of thing, even though the walls are finished. And then we have our main floor, second floor, and then a finished attic. So a lot of these houses do have finished attics. You'll see here, this is the unit itself, and just spectacular. When we go in the backyard, you're going to see that it has a private laneway, and that's where people park their cars, that's where the driveways are, and that's where all of your, your green bins, your garbage bins, and that type of thing are. So what that does is allows the streetscape, so how things look from the street, nice and tidy and manicured lawns. So it's really nice. It's just a wonderful property. And again, it's over 100 years old. So there's lots of design aspects that when you go inside, it's a throwback to that era, but there's also lots of current amenities that you would like and current designs, parts of the design when you go inside as well. So it's just mind-blowing. It's beautiful. So as we approach the front door, we have a nice gated front yard here. There we go. And we have a little grassed area here. We have a covered front porch, and there's also a covered back porch, which I'll be showing you as well. Go up and we'll turn around. So this is your view of the street, where we started a moment ago. So again, we are in the heart of the city, but you can feel how quiet it is and how calm it is in this area, which is one of the reasons, many reasons why people actually absolutely love this area. There's also multiple parks, as I had said. One of them is Needham Park. It's just down the street. It's literally right there. And of course, this is your sitting area. So you can just feel the positive vibes. You would just love to sit there in the afternoon and watch the day go by. Okay, so let's go inside. Here we go. So as we walk through, you're going to see lots of beautiful things. We're going to see materials and designs and whatnot from years gone by, again, 100 plus years old. And then we're going to see upgrades throughout as well. So right now I'm standing on a tile floor, and then we have that beautiful old hardwood floor throughout. Looks amazing. And also one of the other things is that you'll see in houses of this age, you'll see this big grate here. Now that's a throwback to when homes were heated with coal. So you would bring your coal in your front door, you would throw it into the lower level or your basement, and that's where your coal furnace would be. A lot of the time people love to keep those and refinish them and whatnot, keep them in the floor because they're really awesome to look at. And again, it's just sort of a hat tip to years gone by. All right. So the design itself has been renovated over the years, over the different floors, to open it up, to have sort of breezeways or sort of peekaboo areas, windows or whatnot, openings from one room to another. So you'll see a lot of that. In the back, you're going to have your dining room, updated kitchen. Kitchen is spectacular. You're also going to have, there's the access to the backyard, your driveway, and that type of thing, and rear covered porch. And if I turn to the left, this is going to be your living room, so faces the street. And then, of course, that's where we just came through a moment ago. You can see the beautiful tile there. You can see the trim package throughout, so headers and baseboards, just absolutely spectacular, beautiful. So let's go into your living room first. And you're going to see more of those cutouts to open up this floor plan, as you can see here. So now you're starting to see the kitchen and your dining room area. And like I said, that's access to the rear porch. and backyard and driveway. There's the stairwell going down to the basement. So again, mostly used for storage. I would suggest you could actually use it as living space if you wish. And then your utility, your washer, your dryer, and all that good stuff. And as I start to turn, so this is your living room, like I said. So utilities, so the tenant is responsible for paying utilities. So we have Halifax Water, Nova Scotia Power, and then you have an oil-fired furnace, and then you have propane. So the furnace will heat different parts of the home, like you can see the grates in the floor. It is a forced air oil-fired furnace. And then you have propane, which gives you, that is a propane stove. And then you also have a propane stove for cooking over there. And then in different parts of the house, which is normal for this age, you're going to have electric radiators in other parts of the home where the furnace, the ductwork was just never there, so they put electric radiators in. So we'll look at all of those things as we go. So this living area, your heat source will be your oil-fired furnace. And we'll go over to the vinyl window that's facing the street, and there's your view from where we started a moment ago. And I'll just turn right around. This is the view of the property. So you can see that they've isolated the stairs. So that's what that is. And they've drywalled it all, finished it all. Looks beautiful. And there we go. And this is what the thermostat looks like for your furnace. So right there. Okay, so now we're going to go down your main hallway here. This is going to be your first glimpse of the hardwood staircase going up to that second floor. But we will continue on. Beautiful hardwood floors here. So this is going to be your dining room area. And it's right out of a magazine. Just spectacular. So that's your dining room area there. This window faces the backyard. There's your access to the backyard and driveway. And look at this kitchen. Just spectacular. Solid surface countertop, under-mounted sink. Looks like it might be marble. And then I'll just turn right around so you can see where we came from once again. So with regards to cabinetry, so there's your lower cabinetry. Right there. And your upper cabinetry. And once again, you can see right through to your living room. So they've really opened it up. Just gorgeous. Appliances wise, so there's your fridge, your microwave. There's your propane stove and your dishwasher. And there's your under-mounted sink. And look at that beautiful faucet, just ornate faucet. Just a beautiful kitchen, nice and bright, lots of natural light flooding in. There's just a wonderful feel to this property. So there we go. So I will take you outside now since we're right here, and then we'll go upstairs. So this is access to the back of the home. So you do have a little sheltered sitting area you can see right here. And this is the private laneway that people use. You're starting to see some garbage cans and whatnot. We do have an interlocking stone or brick driveway. And we just have a little door here on a hinge. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. We'll just walk down. So this is where you would park your vehicle. So depending on the type of vehicle that you have, you can either fit one vehicle or two, depending on the make and model. So there's the private laneway. So you can see everyone's garbage cans, green bins, sheds, that type of thing. And really the only people that drive down here are the residents that own these properties or live here. So once again, there's your driveway. And now you're seeing the back of the property there. So you're going to see two skylights right up there. So that you're going to see those skylights when we go into the attic level, which is completely finished. Beautiful up there. And so there we go. So that's the back of the property. Now we'll head back inside and we'll go to the second floor. Okay, here we go. Close up the door. Okay. So now we're going to be going upstairs. So going up the hardwood staircase. All right, so now we're on the upper landing. more of that original, beautiful wood flooring. Fully renovated kitchen here. We have an armoire that's going to be remaining for storage and whatnot. So we're going to start to see some bedrooms as well. So a bedroom here facing the back of the property. This is the staircase going up to the finished attic. And we have our second bedroom facing the front of the property where the street is, where we started our tour. So let's start here. And again, there's your hardwood staircase we just came up. So nice big room, vinyl window. As you can see, it's facing the back of the property, and they have some skylights, and that is in the covered porch at the back of the home. And of course, there's some vines and that type of thing because it's growing season. It's spring and summer, but of course, those will go away, and then it will allow natural light in for the winter. Your covered porch area. So I'll just go right over to the corner. So now that we are on the second floor, you're having a little bit of heat from the furnace in your main area, but then you're going to have, like you see here, electric radiators, and either the thermostat will be on the radiators themselves or it will be on the wall, which is what you can see here. And some estimates for power, propane, and oil will be in the full ad itself. The tenant is also responsible for cutting the grass and shoveling the snow. So we have a closet here. We do a nice big closet. The hardwood goes right in, or softwood or hardwood, I'm not quite sure which is which. It might be Douglas fir. And there's your shelf and rail across the top, and it does have a light in it, which is great. So that's our first bedroom. You can see the beautiful doors and the hardware, just gorgeous. Now we're going into our fully renovated bathroom. Nice big soaker tub, and then your toilet over in the corner. Beautiful vanity. Little medicine cabinet mirror. There's your light, wonderful wallpaper, and then you have your exhaust fan just above. Another vinyl window facing the backyard area. So there we go. And we have some subway tile going up the wall. Now we'll go back out to the hallway. We'll go around the corner, and now we'll see bedroom number 2. So again, more of that wood flooring. Again, this is facing the front of the property now. So the street itself, another vinyl window. So there's your view. And I'll just turn right around. And your closet that will open up in a moment. There's your access out to the hallway. And you also have more storage that's under the staircase going up to your attic floor. And I'll just go over to the corner, just so you can see that as well. And then I'll just turn around. So a nice little storage spot there. Just a beautiful, beautiful home. There we go. And we'll open up this door for you for the closet. So nice deep closet, hardwood in there as well, or solid or hardwood or wood flooring, I should say. And there's our shelf and rail across the top, and you also have a light in there too. All right, so that is your second floor, and now we're going to go up to the third floor. So a carpeted staircase coming up to the fully finished attic. So this will be the third bedroom. People usually use these as bedrooms. So there's one of those skylights that we saw when we were in the backyard. It is sort of a casement skylight, so you can open it up as it is right now. So fresh air and natural light. Just turn right around. So there we have another full bathroom there. Beautiful shower. I'll show you in a moment. And there's the staircase, and I believe I'm standing, it is a solid surface flooring. I believe it's a luxury vinyl flooring or a laminate. And you have a closet. So electric radiator, you can see the thermostat right there, the little knob on it itself. So we have some hooks, and then your rail there. So there's your closet, great for storage. You also have a little cubby there for storage too. And then we'll go in, so a little step up, going onto a tile floor. So there's your toilet. This is a skylight that is a fixed pane of glass. And I'll just turn around, some exposed brick, just like we saw. I didn't mention it, but on your second floor, we saw some exposed brick on the wall. So just a wonderful design feature. So there's your vanity, your mirror, your light, your exhaust fan, and look at that shower. Beautiful tiled shower. Nice big chunky glass door, upgraded faucet. Just awesome. And you also have a little seat in there as well. That's all tiled. And there you have a pocket door here, I believe. There you go. Perfect, and a ceiling fan. Okay, so that is floor number 1, 2, and 3. And now I'll bring you down into the basement, and then that will be it. And there's the exposed brick that I was talking about on this floor. Okay, so going down the hardwood staircase to your main floor. And then we go towards the front door into your living room, which again has been all opened up to your kitchen. And now we're going down the hardwood staircase to the basement area. So I mentioned it's all been drywalled. So it is a 4-stair system, so I have to duck down. I'm 6'4", I have to duck down a little bit just to get underneath the ductwork. You can see the bulkhead here. And then I can stand up again. So the furnace is just behind that door. We have, looks like someone maybe had hung a television at some point there. And if I turn around, there's the staircase. And I have the door that's leading into your utility room, so washer, dryer, and storage open there. So I'm just standing on top of a painted concrete floor. And we do have more pot lights here. So if I open this up, so we have storage here, and there's the furnace. So your oil-fired furnace, forced hot air. And then we'll go over here. We'll go in the utility room. So we have storage, washer, dryer, and hot water tank and whatnot. So there's the washer and the dryer. There's a utility sink. And we have some storage here. There's the hot water tank. It's an oil-fired hot water tank. And then you have some shelving. The shelving will remain, and some of the leftover building materials will remain here as well. But you'll be able to use this as you would like. There's the furnace. We turn right around. This is a little half door that goes out to the backyard, but they don't really use it. And there we go. And this is your electrical panel. So it's breaker panel. There we go. Everything's in good shape. So there. So now you know everything about the property, the floor plan, the design, the layout, and of course all of the other vital information will be in the full ad itself. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chris Ryan. I'm a property manager here in Halifax. If you have any questions or would like to schedule a showing, please reach out. My phone number is 902-830-4465. Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye-bye.